Nokia presents The Retake, powered by Lifestyle Fine Jewelry.
Hello and welcome to yet another power-packed episode of Nokia Presents The Retake, powered by Lifestyle Fine Jewelry. I'm your host Rohan Manmala, and today I'll show you some Bewakoofiyaan. And before you start thinking about my intelligence, let me tell you that I'm talking about Yash Raj Films' latest venture, Bewakoofiyaan, starring the super stylish Sonam Kapoor and the suave Ayushmann Khurrana.
मैं मोहित, मेरी लाइफ सेट थी। I had a perfect job.
बस आपको कॉन्ट्रैक्ट मेल कर रहा हूँ सर। I got it. मैं कुछ ज़्यादा ही कूल हूँ।
मायरा, मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड, सुपर हॉट और सुपर स्मार्ट। ओह हॉटनेस, खा जाओ तेरे को। बहुत प्यार करती है मुझे। Will you marry me?
Yes.
The film is set with the backdrop of recession, where the story revolves around an airline executive, Mohit, and a banker diva, Myra, who are passionately in love with each other. The film is directed by Nupur Asthana, who started her career with the 1998 TV series Hip Hip Hooray on ZTV.
खाली लव से कुछ नहीं होना है।
लव से ही सब कुछ होता है। हैप्पीनेस के लिए और क्या चाहिए?
पैसा।
ऐसे नहीं तो क्या हुआ? प्यार तो है अनलिमिटेड।
Now let's move on to our movie reviewing team, who would now reveal their take on Bewakoofiyaan. Let's have a look.
सर हम तो इतना कूली आपसे परमिशन मांग रहे हैं और लोग तो भागकर शादी कर लेते हैं।
मोहित?
Bewakoofiyaan is a romantic comedy. It's a story of a couple, Mohit and Myra, who are trying desperately in order to impress Myra's father to get consent for marriage. However, unfortunately, they go through this whole series of recession and Mohit loses his job. And then it's this whole struggle of this couple in order to sustain their relationship and their love, which is depicted in this movie.
My only motivation to sit through this entire film was you, because I wanted to save you from watching this masterpiece. Coming back to reality, I actually finished the film and did the first thing was tweet about it. I wanted to tell the entire world कि अगर आप जाके बेवकूफियाँ देखते हैं, only you become बेवकूफ like me.
अरे
मोहित चड्डा पापा मेरा फ्रेंड।
That's me.
एयर कनेक्ट जूनियर एग्जीक्यूटिव।
सीनियर, मायरा सीनियर।
सीनियर क्या?
Sorry.
सीनियर चपरासी, सीनियर क्लर्क, सीनियर टाइपिस्ट, सीनियर व्हाट?
साला बाप नहीं, ओसामा टाइप टेररिस्ट था।
Now let's talk about the director of the film. I personally have been a fan of Nupur Asthana from the time of Hip Hip Hooray. I would wait for it every single week and watch it. I really feel that she knows the pulse of youth and can do justice with it. For example, her first movie, Mujhse Friendship Karoge. But this time, I was a bit disappointed.
The first half for me in this movie was a bit dragged. I believe the whole chemistry of Mohit and Myra, that is between Sonam and Ayushmann in the first half of the film, was not very convincing.
अब सोनम कपूर के बारे में क्या कहूँ? Looks beautiful on screen, check. Style diva, style icon, check. Acting, please double check.
अगर पापा को पता चल गया ना तो कभी शादी नहीं होने देंगे।
एक झूठ छुपाने के लिए 100 झूठ बोलने पड़ते हैं।
Now let's talk about the only saving grace of the film, Rishi sir. I mean, this man needs no introduction when it comes to talking about acting and performing in front of the camera. But this movie, if you ever plan to watch, only watch it for him and you'll never be disappointed.
Rishi Kapoor, for that matter, playing the overprotective dad, I believe, although it was realistic to some extent, but it was a bit too overdone, and for me, at some instances, was a bit annoying.
तुम्हारी सैलरी कितनी है?
65,000।
65? कैसे मर्द हो तुम यार? मेरी बेटी की सैलरी तुमसे ज्यादा। शादी तो अब किसी ऐसे वेल टू डू लड़के से करवाऊंगा जो तेरी हर विश को पूरी करे।
और फिर एक झटके में मेरी जिंदगी पलट गई। माना मैं जॉबलेस हो गया हूँ यार।
Ayushmann was about okay in the film, but there was nothing new that he could offer again, because it was same replicated character from Vicky Donor to Nautanki Sala to this film. So I feel Ayushmann has done enough big banners. Now he should look at some meaningful cinema.
तो ऐसे प्रेटेंड करना कि मोहित अभी भी यही काम करता है।
झूठ से मुझे सख्त नफरत है।
पापा hates झूठ।
Shit.
बैंकरप्ट हो तुम।
So funny sir. क्या बात कर दी सर? Bankrupt नहीं सर।
The second half, however, for me was a complete U-turn. In the second half, the challenges that one goes through in a relationship, especially when the male in the relationship is unemployed and is living off his girlfriend, the struggle that a boy has to go through while he is being unemployed, and also the effort that he has to take in order to impress his in-laws, I believe all of that was very realistic in the second half of the film.
Hello Jaddevesh. Hello Spice Jet.
Better luck next time. Sorry, it's not going to work out.
Another biased aspect for me to like the second half of the film was the whole portrayal of Dubai. Dubai being the ever-glamorous city, I believe, although was shown for a very short duration, but it was portrayed beautifully. and then to add the style diva of Bollywood Sonam in it was just adding the glamour quotient and bringing it to a whole new other level.
Overall, this movie is a mix of a few funny scenes, a lot of randomness, a brilliant rapport between Sasur and Damad, and a brilliant performance by Rishi Kapoor.
So when it comes to my overall rating about the film, I believe that if you survived the first half of the film, you definitely would enjoy the second half and you definitely would leave the theatre with a smile.
For all the Bewakoofi, I'd like to give it 0, but for Rishi sir, I'd like to give it 5 stars.
So for me, on the whole, I enjoyed the movie, so I would rate it 6 on 10.
Now, like every week, we have the super charming radio jockey Shruti from 89.1 Radio 4 FM, #1 for Hit Gaane in the UAE, who's all set with the top 3 songs of the week. Let's have a look.
इस हफ्ते का गाना नंबर 3 is an upbeat and entertaining romantic number by the man of the moment Arijit Singh. इसके lyrics and tune both are quite catchy. The song seems like गोविंदा की मूवी का कोई hit गाना. पलट तेरा हीरो इधर है from the movie मैं तेरा हीरो is a refreshing song by Arijit, who is in a very different avatar from his usual self.
अरे जो भी मैं कहूँ तुझे लगता है क्यों गलत पलट तेरा ध्यान किधर है ये तेरा हीरो इधर है तेरा ध्यान किधर है ये तेरा हीरो इधर है तेरा ध्यान किधर है ये तेरा हीरो इधर है तो पलट तुझे इतनी भी खबर है कि तेरा हीरो इधर है तेरा ध्यान किधर है ये तेरा हीरो इधर है.
जब मूवी सबको पसंद आए तो गाने कैसे पीछे रह सकते हैं? This one is a English track from the film Queen. इस गाने के दौरान we see a transformation of a shy small town girl Rani into a confident, fun-loving, outspoken girl. Composed by Amit Trivedi and has vocals of Shefali and Nikhil D'Souza. Oh Gujariya is our song number 2 on Radio 4 Countdown.
Oh Gujariya, oh Gujariya, oh Gujariya है क्या इरादा तेरा oh Gujariya. Gujariya, show me how to party. Oh,
बिजुरिया, oh बिजुरिया, सर आँखों पे नजरे गिराना तेरा. Oh, बिजुरिया, show me how to party.
A party number at heart set in the backdrop of a couple who seems to be holidaying in Rajasthan along with their friends as they go sightseeing, clubbing, rafting and interacting with the locals, in short, Gulcharre. Raghu Dixit ka music and Benny Dayal on the vocal make this song the number 1 track on Radio 4 Countdown, and it is Gulcharre from the movie Bewakoofiyaan.
Nokia presents The Retake, powered by Lifestyle Fine Jewelry.
Welcome back after the break. It's time now for our second segment, which is the Cine Story. You know, there was a time when films used to ride on popular screen couples like Amitabh Rekha and Shah Rukh Khan, but not anymore. Today, filmmakers are not only experimenting with content, but are also bringing unusual couples on screen. The real challenge for a director is to break from the norm and go for some odd pairing to give much-needed freshness to the film. And over time, unusual pairings have definitely become a hit formula in Bollywood, only when such experiments were complemented by a convincing script. Today, we're talking about 5 such unusual on-screen pairs of recent times who created magic on the silver screen. Take a look. 2007 was perhaps one of the Big B's busiest years. He did no fewer than 10 projects, both as an on-screen presence and as a narrator. 2 projects that stood out from the lot were the Balki directorial Chini Kam and Ram Gopal Verma's Nishaad, because he was paired opposite much younger actresses Tabu and Jia Khan. While Chini Kam proved to be a hit, Nishaad was met with mixed reviews.
एक पल को भी जाता नहीं तेरे बिन कहीं यूं रात दिन बस तुझ में ही बस तुझ में ही लिपटा रहता हूँ मैं रोजाना
Rajinikanth is known for defying logic and Aishwarya Rai for casting spell with her beauty, and if both of them get together on screen, all we get is sheer magic. Aishwarya Rai Bachchan has dismissed all doubts about her pairing with superstar Rajinikanth, who's 2 decades her senior, saying that he, like father-in-law Amitabh Bachchan, is an actor who is defined age and that actors are as old or young as the director sees them. We definitely agree with you on this one, Mrs. Bachchan. Undoubtedly, Ranbir and Konkona are 2 of the most talented people in the film industry. Ever since they started their career, Konkona established herself as one of the leading actresses of contemporary parallel cinema, while Ranbir Kapoor was the blue-eyed chocolate boy of commercial cinema. But when both of them come together in Ayan Mukherjee's Wake Up Sid, Konkona and Ranbir's combination created magic with their natural acting combination and displayed their impeccable chemistry as best of friends who eventually fall in love with each other. Bollywood traditionally doesn't pay attention to the love stories of 40-plus men unless the last name is Khan and the actress is at least 20 years younger. But debutant director Bela Sehgal got Shirin Farhad Ki To Nikal Padi, a film that's set against the backdrop of Parsi community, which saw an unusual pairing of ace choreographer Farah Khan and the immensely talented Boman Irani as leads, giving a romance a distinct texture.
तुम्हारा कोई बॉयफ्रेंड है?
नहीं. तुम्हारा? थोड़े दिन पहले उसने मेरे को नंगा देखा.
शिरीन फरहाद की तो निकल पड़ी. शिरीन फरहाद की तो निकल पड़ी.
अरे चल मत करो.
क्यों?
चेरी के अंदर डायमंड रिंग था.
What Farhad?
Nasiruddin Shah and Vidya Balan are actors known to star in content-based films. And despite the age gap, the couple shared superb chemistry in both their films Ishqiya and The Dirty Picture.
ऐसी उलझी नजर उनसे हटती नहीं, दांत से रेशमी डोर कटती नहीं, उम्र कब की बरस के सफेद हो गई, कारी बदरी जवानी की छटती नहीं. The success of both their films proved that age has no bar. Even the unique pairing like this can impress the audiences with their extraordinary chemistry. So those were 5 of the most unusual pairs of Bollywood who created magic on screen. We'll be back with our weekly spotlight on the other side of the break, so don't touch that remote and stay tuned to Nokia Presents The Retake, powered by Lifestyle Fine Jewelry.
Nokia presents The Retake, powered by Lifestyle Fine Jewelry.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Nokia Presents The Retake, powered by Lifestyle Fine Jewelry. And it's that time of the week where we meet an exciting personality in our weekly spotlight segment. Take a look. For some it's hobby and for some it's work, but today we have a guest who has made photography his hobby, his work, and absolute passion. We have Ian Hardy today. Ian, welcome to our show.
It's a pleasure to be here, Rohan.
So tell us something about your exciting photography journey. How did it all start?
It started by accident, actually. I was studying back in Edinburgh, studying film and TV, and I ended up following it continually and not giving up, going freelance, eventually working for Pixie Photo in the UK, and then eventually found out about Pink Pepper in Dubai Mall and never looked back.
So you've recently won a remarkable photography award in London. Tell us something more about that.
I'm part of the Society of the Wedding and Portrait Photographers, which is an international society which takes care of portrait and wedding photographers. I won overall photographer of the year, meaning that one of my images actually was chosen for the entire year as the best image by my peers, which was just absolutely fantastic. I'll never come across anything like that again in my life.
Yes, and congratulations for that.
Thank you.
So now we will show Ian two of our leading Bollywood ladies on one of the topmost magazines that we have over here. What you got to do is look at the photographs and tell us which one do you like and why.
Okay, all right. Deepika's picture is definitely the one I'm drawn to first and foremost because of the strong pink.
Right.
I love her pose. It's a little bit mischievous, turning away from the camera, a little bit sexy. Whereas Katrina, I like Katrina's, it's a little bit of a manly pose. I like the overall picture, but a little bit more of a manly one, where Deepika's is a bit more sensual.
Okay, so you choose different.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So that was about the leading Bollywood women, and now it's time to move on to the men, the Bollywood heroes. I'll show you two posters, beautifully clicked. You got to tell us which one do you like and why.
I'm definitely more drawn to Retake, simply because, well, he's not being hidden by a woman.
Okay.
Yeah, what's he got to hide? What's going on here? Yeah, so Ranbir, he's hidden by her. Although she's very lovely. I like the simplicity of Retake's shot. I love the lighting, the Rembrandt style lighting, the cast across the face. Yeah, simple. It works.
Ian, you know, nowadays Dubai is a land of celebration where every second day is an event, and people over here love to be on the red carpet, but most of us don't know how to really pose on the red carpet. So could you give us a few tips on what are the right ways to project ourselves on the red carpet?
Yeah, when you're on the red carpet, it's all about angles. You should nose always to the camera, okay, because it tends to be the most slimming for the face. Turn 45 degrees, and if you point your front foot towards the camera with your other foot pointed at another 90 degrees, then these angles will slim the body, okay? Now, there's obvious other things. Wear the right clothes. As much as you want to fit into that dress you just bought, wear something that fits you now, not will fit you once you've been to the gym. Okay, use your hands, use clutch bags, you know, cross your arms, hands on the hip. Present yourself well and it'll come across very easily.
So now you know how to pose on the red carpet. That's all thanks to Ian Hardy from Pink Pepper Photography. Moving on to the next question, Ian. Tell us, is there a specific formula to be a photographer? As in, like, what are the do's and don'ts of being a good photographer?
Oh, that's a tough one. It's such a broad question, but for me, being a photographer is not getting bogged down in the technology. It's very easy to say, I need the latest lens, I need the latest camera, megapixel this, megapixel that. But in the end, you need to start focusing once you have the equipment that you need, you focus on getting the best possible pictures. That for me is the biggest key, is just get on with the picture taking and focus on the pictures you're taking and not what's in your hand.
So now it's time to move on to the Jaldi 5 round, where we ask 5 quick questions to Ian and let's see what he has to say about it. Ian, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay then, so what's your all-time favorite film?
American Beauty.
One celebrity who needs public appearance lessons?
Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj, definitely.
Who is your favorite Indian actress?
Oh, Frida Pinto.
And because?
She's gorgeous.
Okay, we agree. And best outdoor location in the world for photography?
I am Scottish. I should be more biased on this, but I recently was in Sri Lanka and I loved it. I've never seen the sort of light I've seen there. It was absolutely beautiful. So as much as I would normally say Scotland, I'm going to say Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And lastly, if not a photographer, Ian Hardy would be?
Playing video games, probably. I honestly don't know, but it's something to do with video games because I'm a massive geek.
So that was a lovely Jaldi 5 with Ian Hardy today. So thank you so much for coming on our show.
It's been a pleasure, Rohan.
And before we say goodbye to him, it's customary to give him something sweet. We have a small gift for you, courtesy our official chocolatier, Godiva.
Thank you very much.
And
Lovely.
I hope you love these chocolates.
Thank you, I will.
And before this lovely episode gets over, we have some amazing prizes that we're giving away this week. Take a look. This week, win a 1-hour professional studio portrait shoot in the award-winning Pink Pepper Photography Studio worth 2,400 dirhams. Pink Pepper Photography is home to award-winning photographers and creative directors offering specialized contemporary photography services. It's time now to say goodbye, but with this promise that I'm going to be seeing you next week with more on what cinema has to offer. Until then, this is your host Rohan Manmala saying goodbye and see you at the movies.
So for me and the whole, the movie was an entertainer. My God, I'll keep doing this.
And the song seems like Govinda's ki 90s वाली movies का कोई hit 90s वाली movies का.
Hello and welcome to yet
Another aspect for me in the first half of the film that was a bit funny. Okay, I can say.
The film is set in the backdrop of recession where the story revolves around.
Excuse me, as if you never do any fumbles.
I'll do it again.
Dude, अगर मेरा blooper ज़्यादा हुआ बाकी सबसे